So definitely just take this how it resonates, and whether it's your pride, their pride, understand that this is energy throughout the entire month, and to look at the bigger picture whenever you're feeling a little bit unsure. But let's go ahead and step into the rest of our cards here. So next we have the Love Tarot coming out for you. And wow. Okay, number one, we have the Emperor. Okay, if you are not a divine masculine, I will be shocked, because then that just means that you really are focusing on balancing those divine masculine energies. And I want you to know that this is confirmation that you are working on that and that you are doing it. And so the other thing that is coming through for this is Spirit is saying that you are, in fact, doing what you need to be. So you are the intentions, the words. I'm getting like a public speaking vibe mentality. So like you made certain like verbal promises to people around you, which is maybe why their pride is getting in the way. And so with these verbal promises that you made, you're also showing that your actions and you're following through with the intentions that you put. So like you had an action plan. I think I said too, yeah, that you were very logical thinking. Ooh, Emperor is also very Aries. So like we literally got all of the signs represented here for the fires. I love that. And wow, okay. So anyways, back to the fact that like you're just this very logical mind. And so sometimes when you get lost in those steps, Spirit is just wanting this to be a confirmation that throughout this month you really are still working through those steps and understanding your words. So something coming through in regards to connecting with looking at the bigger picture is write down your intentions, your plans, and what you're promising, and then that way you can come back to those moments and read those and remember exactly why you made those promises. Something too I'm hearing is like in regards to like don't let pride get in your way is to, when you review those messages, there may be times when you have to readjust. And the thing to do in those moments is just to literally change your words to those who you communicated to before. And just being sincere in where you are at that point and saying, hey, this was our original intention in our timeline. After further clarification, we looked again more and we're seeing just how big this picture is. And these are now going to be our action steps moving forward and our new promises for these time frames. And not everyone, like their pride might get in the way saying like, I deserve this, you promised me this. But really the thing you promised was to communicate with them and to follow through. And you are doing those things. So bravo. Yeah, I'm really hearing like there's a lot of need for self-assurance within this month, because it really just seems like those people around you are kind of like wanting to hold you back because they themselves have been held back a lot. Okay, so next we do have another one for you. Wow. Okay, so we have the Hierophant coming out. Okay. Okay. This is very interesting because this is the Love Tarot. So this is how we're bringing the actual aspect of love into your reading for this month too, is just whatever messages come through from this tarot. So something that is coming through for some people within this pile is this is the Divine Masculine is, it's interesting. So it's going to be different. For some of you, you're doing this with your marriage. It's a part of, it's like you and your partner are working on this together. And like you're doing your part as the Divine Masculine and as the Hierophant kind of mentality. Like if we were doing a reading just for you and your partner, we probably would see the Empress and the High Priestess come out for them. So it's like this really interesting, beautiful energy that if you are in a partnership, it is okay. Okay. Very interesting. Actually, twofold. If you are in a partnership, it is your divine partnership. If you are not in a partnership, you will be meeting your partner this month and coming together with them. So it's very interesting. I'm getting that you definitely know who your partner is. That is honestly, I'm really trying to temper it to be like, take it as it resonates, but Spirit is just saying over and over again, like, no, 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 this is happening this month. So, and like, it's reminding me that the Pegasus of the Sun came out, and like, so much confirmation came through within this reading saying that you are the Divine Masculine. So, in order for you to truly be the Divine Masculine, a lot of times we have to recognize the Divine Feminine. So, yeah, that really is coming through. how you need to use your intuition is more of understanding which partnership makes sense. So for a small few of you, you may think that you may be on the outs of a partnership at the time that you view this reading, but during the month of March, you're going to come into contact with your true partnership. Again, that is for people who are, their relationship is already ending. So that's not saying all of a sudden your relationship is going to end and you're going to meet this new person and they're going to be the one, and you need to wonder about how serious you need to be with your current partner. If you're very serious with your current partner and expanding with them, this is confirmation that that is your divine partnership. Okay, there was a lot of disclaimers with that. If you have any more questions or concerns, please feel free to comment below. I definitely will respond and help work through the certain ways that these two cards can really mean that this is coming through in the month of March. Because it really is needing you to understand not only who you are. Yeah, it's like you're understanding who you are to the point that like this partnership is just going to appear. It's not even, I was going to say manifest. You're not even manifesting it. It kind of is just like a simple sense of whatever you're working on. However, yeah, so especially if you're the Emperor. Okay, if you don't know the person and this wasn't supposed to turn into a love reading, so I apologize for anyone who's like not here for this moment. But what I'm seeing with the Emperor is essentially the promises and what you've worked on and the intentions that you're setting, the actions that you take are going to lead you into connecting with this person. So I'm really seeing it's going to be more of like, it's going to start off more of like the Hierophant, High Priestess type of relationship if you guys do not know each other. And that's why all of this came out when the Hierophant came out. And because you're going to meet this person through faith is something that is really coming, not just faith, more like morals and values. So like you guys could be going to a protest together kind of thing. Or like not together, but like you both might end up there. And like you guys are both the people who clean up after. Like, so you obviously start talking. You're like, oh yeah, I always do this. Oh yeah. And I was at this other one on 5th Street. And they're like, no way, I was there too. But I couldn't stay long because I was doing this thing. And like this really natural rapport builds with you. So that's something too that is coming through. There will be a very natural rapport with you and this partner. So if there is still any like doubts around who this is, it's gonna feel just so natural. That's why like the Pegasus of the Sun is coming out, because it's just literally like your natural energy coming through. Okay. A lot of this has been more about confirmation that the plans and things that you're working on are good and that you are putting in the work that you are meant to be doing. So I'm hearing like there's a lot of shame that is kind of coming up with this reading, and to where I need to temper it. And so the reason why I'm saying that is because it really feels like this reading for your month ahead is that you kind of already have your plan. You're like, yeah, I know what I'm going to be doing, and I really want to take care of these. Sorry, I don't know if you heard it. My cat literally just like took off and ran down the hall. So see, same energy for you. You're just like ready to take off. You're ready like an arrow to be shot from the bow. And so you do already kind of know what you're working on. This is more confirmation that as you're going through this month, you're going to find that success that you're looking for, and you're going to find this beautiful partnership as well. And it's kind of this added benefit that you weren't looking for, which is why it's coming out so thoroughly in this, because it's unexpected. And also because we have more cards coming up, but we really don't have a lot of feminine energies here. And so that's why it's unexpected, because this is confirming who you are within it. So of course your partnership is going to all of a sudden appear. So very beautiful. I'm hearing in April is probably more so when you will actually address it. There's nothing wrong with taking it nice and slow and becoming friends first. Okay, so now let's go ahead and keep moving forward. So we have what external energies can you expect? And now this is going to be for everyone. So no matter how the rest of this has resonated for you, all of these external energies are going to be present during your month. Okay, we have action. Wow. Okay, so action. Stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. I love this for you so much, because I'm hearing, so if you see like spirals, this kind of will be your confirmation that like you're taking the right actions that you need to be, or if you are ever feeling a little bit like you are spiraling a little bit, to instead review what actions you've been taking. So take yourself out of that mental energy that you've been in and start working on the action. And we've already gotten confirmation that you are, in fact, following through with your words and your actions. So this is confirmation doubly that this is literally an external energy that's going to be around you throughout this entire month. So if you are ever at a certain point wondering if you're doing the right thing, if you are doing the work that you intended, this is Spirit telling you that you can go ahead, stop hesitating. You are moving forward and you are creating the magic around you. The other thing coming through, of course, with this is the fact that we have nothing can hold you back. So don't let pride get in your way. Don't let other people's pride get in the way. Don't let your own pride get in the way. The other thing coming through, I didn't even think about it this way, is the opposite of pride, right? Which is, I'm not sure if it's not necessarily shame or just being humbled, but in the sense to where I cannot think of the word, I apologize, but in the sense to where like you negate all of your successes. And so Spirit is saying like that's another way to not let your pride get in the way, is to say like, oh, maybe I'm not worthy, maybe I'm not good enough for this. No, you are. You've done it. You're this brilliant son. So go ahead and stop thinking about it and just take the action forward. And you're going to find a beautiful confirmation that you took the right movement when you needed to, especially if it aligns with your words and your intentions. So again, don't let that pride get in your way, whether it be your lack of pride, others having too much, or maybe sometimes your own being too much. So definitely, I'm saying it like it's just going to be this energy throughout the month that just changes. So that's why I'm going to encourage you to take it however it resonates for you in regards to pride. So now we also have friendship. Okay, I love this. Be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let the others go. Ooh. So something very interesting that did come, okay, sorry. There's actual horses. I mean, technically it's a Pegasus and then unicorns, but these very like mythical creatures coming forward for you, when in some of the other ones we didn't have as mythical creatures. So for you though, it's this certain sense of theme of like-minded creatures, right? So they're still equine in the sense that they, are a part of that family, but this really is Spirit saying that you are able to recognize your own and to build up those relationships instead. Okay, the other thing coming through in regards to this, because we did mention around the fact that your divine partnership is going to essentially appear. So this is going to, again, like I did say, it was unexpected. So this is, no matter who you are or where you're at, you are going to have a certain supportive friendship that has a very natural rapport and that is just supporting you in moving forward and letting you see yourself for who you really are. And also I'm hearing like this is going to be, for some of you too, it's going to be maybe becoming friends with like a mentor or a guide, and someone who is able to help you release those people who let their pride get in the way of your actions and the things that you're working on. Which is why it's actually very interesting that it most likely will be your divine partner that this is referring to, because you guys are going to start as friendship, because you're going to really recognize not only your energy and efforts and what you are worth, but you're also going to very much recognize, they're going to help you recognize how your connections support you or don't, and how you're able to create firmer boundaries that you need. So it's this very beautiful give and take that is going to be coming into your month. Again, this is an external energy that is for everyone here. So no matter what, you are going to have a very supportive connection. And then now we also have union for you. Okay, you have seen and unseen allies draw upon their strength, join forces with friends and flourish. Okay, this is so beautiful, because really this also is Spirit confirming that you are able to connect to your own spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, however you view your faith, those deities, that they are still there supporting you as you're moving forward. Just because you're the sun doesn't mean that the solar system is gone. Like, you are still there in this infinite amount of space, and you are still learning. And then of course this is just coming through so much. Like, I will be so shocked if you are not in connection with your divine partner by the end of this month and actively friends, because it really is just this union of heart and understanding as you move forward, because you really are shedding any naysayer and anyone who like really has hurt you in the past. So something coming through is like maybe you're used to like toxic relationships where like your partner like always talked down to you about like something just came through, like maybe they called you like stupid too often, or like dumb, or like, do you ever really think? Or they even said like other things like, you don't really care, if you did then you would do these things, and like you really took a lot of that to heart, which is why like now it's so important for you that your words are matching your actions, because that's a certain shadow, that's a certain trigger for you. And so what's coming through with this union card, even further than the friendship card, is that you are coming into further understanding of who you truly are and how you interact into the world and how you fit into the grand master plan. And it's just really beautiful energy, if I'm being honest. So like you're just feeling so loved and supported from certain areas within your life, to where you're able to shed those other aspects that don't love and support you, and you're not feeling bad for it. I'm seeing like I'm seeing like you're really being compassionate about it and inviting compassion for yourself. Very, very interesting. So something too, I don't know if I mentioned it, but there also might be like a business partnership that is coming up, or a certain like kind of contract, and that is also kind of coming through. So I was thinking like a business proposal earlier. So there is a certain sense that you might be putting forth an idea, not just to a person, maybe to like a business or a corporation, and there is a certain confirmation that they're moving forward with you. So like maybe you got an agent, or maybe you're working with a coach of some kind. So there's this very interesting external energy that is there in regards to your project and your intentions, and that you are finding unity. Yeah, you're finding unity in like your morals and values kind of situation. So it's really this really very beautiful like wholeness of coming together for you. And I wish I could remember the play, but it's it's that moment and scene where you might see like someone set something down on a pedestal that's glowing, and then it starts being lifted into the sky. It's that same kind of energy. It's like you are being lifted into the sky to become the truest sun that you can be, because that is your energy for the entire month. Okay, so last but certain, oh, I'm sorry, it's not even last, but we actually next have your Divine Energy Oracle. So these may really resonate for, all three may really resonate for you. You may need certain ones throughout the month, or you just may want to stick with only one. Whichever fits best with your energy is going to be the one that is for you, though. With that, let's go ahead and get started. Accept disappointments gracefully. Wow. Did we not talk about that when we were talking about don't let your pride get in the way? So just very beautiful. Mm-hmm. Okay. So something too that's coming through with this is that's another way that you're having compassion in these moments and throughout this month. Especially like I said, like maybe you have to re-communicate certain deadlines and timelines, and that's okay. And that's one way that you're accepting disappointments gracefully, is that you are recognizing the energy as it exists, and you're respecting the energy and you're honoring it for what it is. So like something for me recently is I am writing a book, and I had a certain timeline that I really wanted to make it by, but then certain steps were proving to seem longer than it really was, but those steps were very important to the entire process. So I said, you know what, that timeline then, it must not be as important as I thought. So I'm going to go ahead and readjust and just respect my energies and what I need to do for this process. And I feel a lot better about it. And so that's kind of like something that you might need to think about and do. Currently, when I'm doing this, for all I know, I may still reach that timeline, and I just needed to change the way I mentally saw it and allow myself that room and grace. So again, take these as they resonate. Next, we have go with the flow. Wow. it, it kind of is just again a confirmation that you are working exactly as you need to do. You're putting your words where your actions are. Whenever you need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture and just understand that you are working within it. And also with that is part of it, like accepting disappointments gracefully. So as you're going within this flow, there's going to be some ebbs as well, some dips that you maybe don't necessarily want to care about or focus on. And so Spirit is kind of encouraging you not to ruminate on those peaks or valleys, but to really just be all about the journey. What? All about the journey. You are part of the journey, of course. Interesting. Okay, and then last for these ones, we have be true to yourself. I love this because this is exactly the energy that you are just kind of being supported by externally. So, however, what I've really picked up on internally is that you have certain goals that you want to put forth for the collective. You're not really working for yourself. I don't know if I've really stated that. But throughout this entire reading, most of the things that you're working on are not necessarily for yourself and for your higher good. It's for the higher good of more than just yourself. So I'm not saying you wouldn't benefit from it. I think most of the time when we're doing something, especially an act of compassion or kindness, we are benefiting from that. But this really is like you kind of had this very internal energy that you were doing this for others, which is why you need that those external relationships who are not supportive, who are letting their pride get in the way and saying like, hey, you can't do this or you're doing it the wrong way. Instead of hearing those relationships, those perspectives, you're instead being surrounded by either like you're becoming secluded with one person who really supports you, or you're being surrounded by allies who are of like-minded and are like, no, what you're doing is great and brilliant. Please continue going. We are part of your collective kind of situation. And it's just this really beautiful moment. And so be true to yourself is going to be the one that is kind of something that comes throughout the month for you, because it's going to be about recognizing exactly your worth and what you are working on. So yeah, if I feel like there might be a lot of doubt that comes through this month, but time and time again, you're going to be just following through on your words and your intention, because you said, hey, this is what I want to do and this is how I want to do it and this is why. And then every time you come back, you're like, okay, this is still why I want to do it. Maybe I'm going to change how I do it because this is more true to myself. And then just through this process of opening, I'm seeing like petals being like gently, like a flower blooming. There we go. I couldn't think of the word blooming. Anyways, but yeah, it's just like this very gentle opening of the flower as it blooms. Oh my goodness, how beautiful. Sorry. As the flower blooms and recognizes the light of the sun, right? That's exactly as the flowers turn towards the sun, it naturally opens up more. And so it's this very interesting because your energy, that sun energy, is coming from internally yourself. So as you're opening up more to yourself and what you're capable of, you're also learning how to be more true to yourself. So just this very beautiful like circle energy around you. And the spiral, right? Just coming up. So very much coming through. So now what we'll go ahead and do is just grab some letters for you guys. So I definitely encourage you to find any words and names or places that really speak to you, but also remember that letters themselves can be symbols, such as like the Y can mean that you are branching off or going into a different path. Wow, my cats just became extremely active during this reading. So yeah, sounds like maybe your collective is very active and you have a lot of energy around you too. I actually very much just saw the fact that like you probably have a very busy household as a divine masculine, and I'm seeing like children running around. It's a very fun energy, don't get me wrong, but it definitely is like you've learned how to essentially I'm seeing like you have the office door open, but you're just like typing away, and you're like, I can hear the kids, they're having a blast, that's fine, everything's fine. The house is not on fire, it just seems like it. And then like a piercing scream happens of joy, and you're like, and you wait a second, and you're like, should I check on that? Should I check? Nope, laughter. Okay, we're good. So just very interesting energy. Again, something too coming through for that is that I'm being told that you were just absolutely surrounded by joy, and that you were really starting to recognize and see that joy and bring more of it into exactly what you're working on and why you're working. So just absolutely beautiful. Let's go ahead and grab those letters. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay, so most interesting. Okay, I'm seeing the word sin. So very interesting. So I'm hearing like you may be working on exactly what it means to sin, or I'm saying, is this Sinai? There's a certain city I'm trying to make with that word. I want to say it's an Egyptian city. I might be wrong, and I apologize. It might. I think it's just at least within that Mediterranean area. Okay. And I'm also seeing the word cocoon. So, sorry, so many things just came up at once. Something coming through from Spirit is like the vowels. This group got the most vowels, and the main message that is coming through in regards to just that pattern of it is the fact that like vowels are necessary for every word in the English language. Let me clarify. And so we're seeing, so what you're doing is essential, and what you're learning is essential. So it's this very interesting understanding about just like how integrated you are within. Yeah, that's kind of what we mentioned before. It's just learning exactly your place within the universe and how you work around it. So very, very beautiful. I also am seeing the word can. So I heard like can do attitude, but really I want this, I'm hearing Spirit more say that this is confirmation that you are doing this. You can do this. Sorry, you can do this and you are doing this. Okay. And then the last thing I'm seeing is I'm seeing the word sane, not insane. Something very clear coming through in regards to that is the fact that it is the word sane, and it is confirmation that you are sane, and that maybe because the other N is missing. And so like those people who are letting their pride get in the way and voicing their own situation and what holds them back, instead of letting yourself feel crazy, take this as confirmation that you are sane. You're being true to yourself. All right. I'm going to go ahead and leave the letters there. I apologize, that got a little bit chaotic towards the end, but I just encourage you to take any messages that really resonate for you and apply them however you need to. And sorry. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm also seeing OC, and then this is also I stands for I love in Japanese. Okay, so wow. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna officially leave it there for you guys, and I just want you to know how great you are going to be shining this month, and to just connect to those people who love you and let all of those who don't go to the wayside. You are still having compassion in all of these moments, and it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you again, Pile 3, for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Don't forget to comment below and gain some support from a like-minded community. Let us know what you're working on. And we will definitely see you guys next time. Blessed be.